Hello, today is the day. We are starting our new venue today. So I thought it was a good time to start this video so you can see sort of what happens. Got a packed day, so I'm helping out at my mum's. Then I've got my learning disability class at 4:30. And then I've sort of got like a little gap in between where I don't really know what to do. So I'm just going to stay here and sort of just make sure I'm ready for classes really. And then drive down to the new studio performance factory and get ready for classes. Classes aren't that busy tonight, but even when we had the studio, Monday nights were always our quiet nights, so I'm not too worried. Also, obviously it's the week before payday, so it's usually unless people have bought passes already, like pay as you go, it's usually our quietest week anyway, so I'm not too worried. But I would like it to be busier. Tomorrow's busier, and Wednesday's busier. Thursday's still at Langley, that's sort of normal numbers. And line dancing's sort of normal numbers, maybe a couple lower than normal, but we've still got a few days to go. A lot of people book on the day, so I'm fine with that. Just tonight really, but in a way it's good because I need to work out what time to get there, how to get in, and getting the weights upstairs because we're in the upstairs studio today, so I've got to get all the weights up there. So the fact that it's a quieter class is quite good because I don't have to carry too many weights up the stairs, so I need to work all that out really. I'm feeling horrendously bad at the moment because I'm trying to be a bit more like, not necessarily strict, but like a bit more, I don't know the word. We used to do unlimited passes and you could only buy them on certain days. So we used to do, when we first started them in August last year, sorry, this keeps slipping. In August last year, we used to do it so you could only buy them between the 30th of the month and the 2nd. So that last sort of few days, everyone was getting paid. Start of the month, new motivation. That is the only time you could book unlimited passes. But the problem with that was we were selling so many unlimited passes, we would get a huge rush of income at the end of the month, and then the rest of the month it would just be a bit slow and steady. So I decided to change it so that people could buy them at any time. So then in the hope that if people found our page like halfway through the month and they had the money, they would still buy an unlimited pass. And that does work sometimes. We get the odd one throughout the month. But most of them are still in that last couple of days. We probably make 80% of our money in the last day of the month and the first day of the month. And then the rest of the month is just like dribs and drabs. People that do pay as you go, people that are buying other passes, but people either book for the month, pay as you go, or buy any sort of pass on payday, which is fine. And at the studio, it sometimes did get a bit stressful when it would like dip in the month and we'd be like, oh my god, what's happening? And then suddenly everyone would buy a pass. So we got into sort of like the rhythm of it, and I wouldn't worry too much because I knew everyone would buy passes at the end of the month. But now that we hire places, I have to pay the new venue on the 23rd of the month. So not ideal. They've obviously got their reasons for that. I'm guessing the same reason as me, that everyone pays at the end of the month and they need money throughout the month. So I thought, how can I get people to buy passes on the 23rd, the week before payday? So with 5 class passes, 10 class passes, 20 class passes, it's not that bad because you use them until they run out or until they expire. So if you've got a 5 class pass and you're coming to 1 class a week, then obviously that's 5 weeks. So it's gone past that day of payday and then you buy a new one. So it's not on that little 2 days that we get the most of the money. Same with like a 10 or a 20. Some people do sort of try and, when it gets to payday, they sort of just try and use it up and buy a new one. I see that a lot. Like suddenly they'll book classes that they haven't tried before just to use it up so they can buy a new one on payday. So it works sometimes. and sometimes people just still try and keep to that payday thing, which is fine. Unlimited passes, even though you can buy them whenever, people have lined them up to payday. Fine. So I thought, if I do a class pass sale to celebrate the new venue between the 20th and the 24th, then people's passes will start lining up with that block of dates. So I wasn't too worried about people buying 5, 10 and 20 because, like I said, they can sort of line that up whenever they want. So if they want to buy another one on payday, or they want to miss a week so then it lines up on payday again, then they will, because you can. But with unlimited passes, I thought if people buy unlimited passes in this block of dates, then it will run out next month on the 20th, the 21st, 22nd, whenever they bought it. So it will then sort of line up with the date that I really need the money. So a couple of people have bought passes. It's not crazy. Usually when we do a class pass sale, it is crazy. But because it's the week before payday, I knew it wasn't going to be those kind of numbers. Plus, all my regulars have already got their passes. So I knew it wasn't going to be crazy. But a few people have bought them, so it has worked. But I'm getting so many messages from my regulars saying, oh, I can't use the code because I've already got a pass. So you, especially with an unlimited, if you've got an unlimited pass, you can't buy a new unlimited pass until that one's run out, because they start straight away. So you have to wait until that one expires before you can buy a new one, which makes sense, because if you've got 2 unlimited passes at the same time, then you're not getting your money's worth. But it's also the same for 5, 10 and 20 passes. You can't buy, if you've got a 5 pass that's still got 2 credits on it, you can't buy a new 5 pass. You can buy a 10 pass or a 20 pass or an unlimited, but you can't buy the same one that you've already got. So all my regulars, my die-hard unlimited pass girls, are messaging me saying, oh, well, I can't buy a new unlimited pass with a discount. And I'm like, oh yeah, you can't, because you've already got one. See, the old me will be like, don't worry, I'll extend the code and then you can use it next week. But the new me, I'm trying to be really strict. I'm like, yes, sorry, you can't. These girls have supported me so much. These are the girls that buy passes every single month, come to every single thing, every single new thing I try, they're there. And I'm like, no, sorry, you can't do it. But it's because I need the money now. The money we're spending out, now that we've got the new venue, has gone up about 50% a month. My spending this month is, the thought of it scaring me, even though it's so much less than what we spent out at the studio. But because we've been using Langley, which is really cheap, and we've only been doing 2 nights, 1 morning a week, so I've only been doing 6 hours there. Now at this new venue, we're doing so many more hours, and it's a little bit more an hour. I can't afford, at least for the first month, just so I know how it goes, I can't afford to do a class pass sale on payday, because I can't afford for every single person to get their pass discounted, which is what will happen. We will sell so many and it'll be great, but I need to sell that many at full price, just so I know I've got the money for our outgoings to go up 50% this month. So I haven't done a class pass, I'm not doing a class pass sale on payday, and I feel really bad, but I just can't do it because I need, the only reason I've done a class pass sale now is because I need people's passes to line up on the 23rd. And I know everyone's going to watch this, so I'm going to contradict what I'm saying, but I can't just tell everyone that. I can't, well, by the time you see this, it will be over. But I can't, when people come up to me and go, oh, I can't use the discount code, I can't go, but I'm doing it because I need money on the 23rd of each month. I feel like I can't just say that to people, even though I've just said it on here, so they're going to see it anyway. I do think I am too nice. And some things I feel like you have to be nice to build that relationship. Like, if people message me and say, oh, my pass expired last week, but I was ill, whatever, I always extend it, even though I always say I won't. And it says in the terms and conditions that I don't extend passes, when people message me, I always do, because I think, why lose a customer just for an extra week? Like, they've paid for the class anyway. It's not like I haven't got the money for that class. It's just they didn't use it in time. So I do think I am quite nice to everyone, but I just feel really bad about this. Dare I run a business? How dare I? The problem was, when the studio closed, I put everyone's passes on pause while I looked for a venue, so I missed out on that November payday rush. And then when we reopened, even though everyone's passes should have expired end of November, they didn't, because I extended them all. So when we reopened in December, I didn't make any money. I made like the odd £8 pay as you go, but I was teaching classes and paying for venues but not receiving any money, because I felt so bad that I'd closed the studio so suddenly. And I don't regret this at all. It was definitely the right thing to do. But anyone that had unlimited passes, I gifted them a 5-class pass. And anyone that had normal passes, I extended it. Anyone that had done pay as you go got their classes back. So I don't regret it at all. It was definitely the right thing to do. It was never your fault that the studio closed, so why would I take your money from you? But it just put us behind. Had to pay off the last bits of the studio, pay for the venue in December, and I didn't make any money in December. So now I'm trying to build it back up again, which is crazy, because how have we got less money now that I'm hiring a community hall than when I had a whole big studio? But it does make sense, even though it doesn't make sense. So I'm here. I look like an egg. Oh, this isn't my usual look. This doesn't really suit me as a look. I don't actually think I knew what I looked like. But this morning when I got up, I thought it was a good idea to put this headband on with my hair down and wavy, and then realised I had to put my hair up for class. So that's why I've now look like this. Interesting choice. I have just got here at the new venue and I'm just trying to work everything out. I got here really early, actually, just by, I don't know, for no reason. I don't know how long it would take me because I had to go across the train line, but I got straight through, so it took me like 5 minutes to get here. So I've had to park out on the road, so there's no parking, which is annoying because I've got to carry my speaker in the rain. Obviously it's raining because it always rains. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm not nervous for class. Once I start class, I'll be fine. I'm nervous for like oh, my voice went then. I'm nervous for like getting in there, getting into the studio, making sure everyone gets in. I think it's just because I haven't done it before, so I'm worrying in my head because I don't know what it's going to be like. So I'm sure once I've done it, it'll be fine. So I'm going to run through it so that you can't be prepared for anything, but I've got to get myself in there with my speaker. All I've got is my speaker and my light. The class before me finishes at 6:45 and mine starts at 6:50. So I'm assuming that when I go, I'm just going to go in at 6:45, and I'm assuming that most of my people will be there then anyway. So hopefully we can all go in together, and then we're in the studio upstairs. So I need to get upstairs, plug all my stuff in, go back downstairs and get the weights. This is what I'm panicking about, getting the weights. So it's burn first, so I need weights and mats. Yesterday when I dropped them all off, they had to sort all their cupboards out, so I don't actually know where they are currently. So I've got to find where they are, get them, bring them upstairs, bring all my weights up a flight of stairs, and then start the class on time because I'm really limited on time. So it's more the thought than actually doing it. 5 minutes to let everyone in, say it's just up there, I'm just going to go and grab the weights. Grab the weights is actually loads of time, but because I haven't done it and because I'm sat here like waiting, it feels like the most horrendous thing that I'm ever going to have to do. What I'm struggling with is, usually when I start at a new venue, the first time I go, I get there a bit earlier. Make sure, like things that you forget to check when you look around, where the plug socket is, where I'm going to put my disco light, if I can plug my speaker in or whether I need to use it wireless. At Langley, there's no plug socket next to me, so I have to try and remember to charge it. I don't know here, so obviously I've charged it, but like little things like that that just take time. Telling everyone where the toilets are, things like that that I'd like to get there earlier, get the mats and weights out so they're there when people arrive, things like that that I'm just not going to be able to do here. I just haven't got time to settle in like I'm walking in with everyone else. I'll report back afterwards, but I'm sure it'll be fine, especially as everyone knows it's my first class here. Like even if it all goes wrong, everyone will just have a laugh. Classes last night, they went okay, but the funniest thing is, and it just doesn't make sense, is there's no light switches. So the lights are like automatic and you can't switch them off. So I've emailed them today and said, is there any way I can switch these lights off? Because, yeah, they're just on and they're like office lights. Like it was bright. And obviously I advertise my classes as like a safe space and disco lights, dark room, and then these lights are just so bright. So, they actually don't know how to turn them off, so they are going to get back to me and see if they can work out how to turn them off, and then hopefully we can have dark classes. Just doesn't make sense. The amount of venues I've looked at, I've had hundreds of venues, and I've never thought to ask if I can use a light switch. It makes sense to them. It works for them having automatic lights. No one forgets to switch them off. Also tough getting all the weights up the stairs, but I have spoken to them and I've got a new way of doing it. So I'm going to carry, I've got a trolley, so I'm going to bring all the weights through to the front door, and then as people come in, they pick their weights and take them up. So it's not me carrying everyone's weights up the stairs. Go okay. It was nice that it was quiet. We started class about 8 minutes late because I was carrying all the weights up the stairs, and then I was trying to find the light switch, and we were all looking for the light switch and none of us could find it. So yeah, it did start 8 minutes late. So hopefully tonight will be a bit better. We are doing bar for the first time in like 3 years, which is exciting. And then we've got rebound, so I've got to try and get all the trampolines out, so hopefully it's okay. I look like I've been out in the sun, don't I? I wasn't concentrating then because I was just looking at myself. My skin's bad today, really bad. But I look like I've been out in the sun or on a sunbed or something. I haven't. I've got a bit of, I mixed a bit of gradual tanner in with my moisturiser last night, but my cheeks are a bit red, like it looks like sun rather than fake tan. The sun is shining, the sun is out, it is spring. The sun actually feels quite warm as well, which is so nice. Me and JJ have just seen our first butterfly of the year, haven't we? We just saw a butterfly, and now we're super happy because it's spring. Yay! I'm meant to be working today, I'm meant to be catching up on admin. I thought if I stay at home all day, I thought if I stay at home all day, then I'd get all my admin done. But here we are laying in the garden getting excited about butterflies. What a shocker, it's raining. Sat outside Langley in the rain. Surprise, surprise. It didn't rain yesterday while we were at class. My hair was curly when I left, but because of the rain. Wednesday night at the new studio was chaotic. It was so chaotic. Basically, there's so much going on there on a Wednesday night. So much. Singing lessons, musical theatre, dance, and then throw me into it as well. Yes, they've asked me if I can start later on in the evening, just to give them more time to make sure they've done everything, got through everything. But I am going to try and move back to Langley on a Wednesday night, so back to here where I am now. And still just do the one class, 7 till 8, but just feel a bit more relaxed, have a bit more time. This is a bit bigger as well. This is bigger and cheaper. I think, yeah, for Pilates can get really busy. It was actually quiet this week, which I'm actually quite grateful for, because I think if it had been busy this week, it would have been an absolute disaster. But luckily it was quite quiet. We started about 10 minutes late. So actually, I'm glad it was quiet. We managed to still get through it. So I think I'd rather have it here and build it back up again and enjoy it. That's what I want. That's all I want at the moment from my classes, is to just enjoy them. Thursday nights, Jungle Body Mix is just dead. Last night was the quietest classes I've had for months and months and months, like so long. They were dead, absolutely dead. So I did a reel last night and said, look, if people don't start coming to the Jungle Body, I'm going to have to cancel it. Which is such a shame, because that's my original class. That's where we started. We've been doing Thursday night Jungle Body for years, and we used to have like 15, 20 people. And last night I had 2 people. I'm struggling with that bit. I think it's just because of the class it is. Like, I've had loads of classes that have sort of dropped off. And I've gone, okay, what do you want instead? Like, move with the trends. What do you want? Let's do it. But I think because it's this class, like my original class, I've just, no matter what else has happened at ShanFitness, adding classes, taking classes away, moving venues, opening the studio, closing the studio, the Jungle Body Mix has stayed so consistent. And it's always been like my class. It was what I was sort of known for at the start. Like, it was what all my videos were. And like, when I would meet people or go to events or stuff, and they'd be like, oh yeah, I've seen the video of that class and whatever. Like, that was the class. For it to potentially end is heartbreaking, because I feel like then ShanFitness just becomes another fitness class, and I don't know. I feel like that's what made us us, essentially, and if that goes, then I don't know, I just feel like I've lost like my personality. It's really, I can't explain it, but I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. I mean, the reel got quite a few comments, quite a few likes, a few new follows as well, about 5 new follows. Hopefully that means that it will start building up and getting back to how it used to be, because it's the best class. It's so fun. I'm out with that. But it's pouring with rain now. I've got to get all my stuff out my car. I might put my skirt on my head to save my hair, because usually I wouldn't care what my hair looked like in class, but I do always curl it and wear it down for line dancing, because I have my cowboy hat on and stuff. So I'm going to attempt to get everything in now and set up for line dancing. I've had a few cancellations. It's still all right. It's still busy, I suppose. Thank God, look at my hair. It's very fitting because it looks like I've got a mullet, so, you know. Oh, I should probably turn the light on. That'd be a good idea. Few cancellations, few no-shows, but line dancing was still so much, so much fun. So I'm happy with that. And I feel like I didn't give myself enough credit earlier when I was like, it's not that busy, but it's fine. Because actually, yeah, it wasn't the busiest one we've ever done, but none of my like regulars could come. So only one person here had been before. Everyone else was new. So actually, when I was like, it's not that busy, I didn't give myself enough credit that it was actually all new people. So that was really impressive with the amount of people we had. So next one's Hannah Montana. I'm so excited for the Hannah Montana one. It's next month. So yeah, I did have fun, and I remember to film some of it, which is even better, because every line dancing thing I film is just of me, and there's only so much of me you want to watch. So obviously not including this, because this is always just me, but you know, like on social media and stuff, like there's only so many videos of me I can post before I start, like, you know, getting a bit weird about me. Okay, gotta go to the shop now. Lovely.